讲一些事情让你了解。好，最近我很高兴，昨天吧，推荐就是国外啊，最近几年推荐我们自己系上几个学生，自工系的大学部几个学生，有上 Berkeley，上 CMU，所以有一个 EIUC 是 Urban 选片的学生，你们学长吧，email 给我，我说老师我已经安顿下来了，然后我就在 UIUC 这边，然后哎，我修课能不能跟你问一些问题？哦，没问题了。UIUC 我的美国前三名的 CMU 是美国前三名的 CS 嘛，UIUC 也是美国前三名的 CS 嘛。啊，Berkeley 好像不是前三名，因为他是前10名的 CS。OK，跟我问说他要修几门课，然后问我说那个 UIUC 有名是什么？我说我现在不知道，因为我在读华盛顿大学圣路易斯的时候，所以隔壁2个小时车程就是 UIUC。啊，我只知道 UIUC 是一个很微的，它是一个乡下，就是一个小大学城。那它 CS 它不是所有学校都有 CS。那边有个故事是这样子，我在读书的时候啊，那是在匹兹堡的时候，UIUC 啊不是，对不起，华盛顿大学的时候，UIUC 有个 Netscape 这样子，就是 Windows 的 Explorer 的那种就是第一版叫什么 UIUC 校园里面的人出来。我在美国读书的时候，有时候会遇到他们校里有时候会释放一些，就有些创造一些东西出来，就开始用。不然以前没有，以前那个网是没有视觉化，我们就学生开始用，哎，很好用，就开始流传，对，学术界又开始流传很多玩这种东西的。那只是很可惜是，因为我真不清楚，因为那时候我记得是 Netscape，哇，真的很好用，又是视觉化，最后不知道被谁打败了，很可惜。所以 Netscape 的那个学生，那几个学生好像没有挣到钱，没有起来，不知道被谁把他，我真的忘记，或是又是被 Microsoft 打败了，我不清楚。在 Microsoft 我刚刚跟你讲，Microsoft 在美国形象不是很好。那好像 UIUC 那边弄错，那他也是跟我讲说，那我这他说对啊，UI 老师 UIUC 很无聊，不知道。那他修3门课跟我讲，他有一门课是修自驾车，有一门课是做平行处理 parallel computing，然后一门课是修属于 data 处理的。他问我修这3门课好不好？说我当然很好，但是我还有什么其他专长课我不清楚，因为 UIUC 那时候我那个时代最有名是他是做那个 workstation 的 architecture，那也是做 workstation 的 application，所以我去美国的时候的电脑，学校电脑只有2种，一个是上 workstation，一个是 Mac，没有 PC 哦。那时候在台湾 PC 才刚开始，我在台湾是用 PC，去美国以后发现怎么这个学校没有 PC，不是上 workstation 就 Unix，所以我去那边有学 Unix，也是 Linux。然后又学 Mac 的，哇，Mac 真的好好用，又漂亮又好，那个整个画面什么很好用。所以那时候才发现，那时候我也不懂啊，不懂 Apple，不懂这样子，哇，这个怎么比台湾 PC 还好用，整个都很 friendly，它是很漂亮，画质什么都很漂亮，而且就 Workstation 这样子。所以哦，原来这边是没有 PC，所以我问美国同学，哎，怎么没有 PC？他说 PC 是什么东西？这 Mac。就顺便要跟你讲， stereo 可以用在哪边？What's the application for the stereo？So this example is we cooperate with Etron，我们跟裕创 IC 公司合作这个 stereo 的东西，stereo system。就我们有跟 IC Design House 合作这个，他把 stereo 做到 IC 里面去。啊，那个时候是流行是那个什么，什么鸟的那个杀来杀去那个时候，互动的，we can do the real time。But this application for stereo，这两个摄影机，是我帮他一起把它开发到 IC 里面去的，这例子很难成功。它只有一片小小 IC，是很大，这个例子成功。那这个例子成功的时候那我就把这个遗传就把它用到乐高上，就是 IC 就这样子留，就这一片两个镜头拿一片 IC 这样子，然后就把它结合给那时候我有大学部那课之前我是开乐高课，让学生玩乐高，stereo 是 stereo，摄影机为什么？这全部乐高这里上乐高比较好玩，所以那时候就很多人来修，那我提供这个 stereo 给他们。你的乐高没有 stereo，我的乐高有 stereo。那我说这个为什么没上这门课？因为这些零件全部不齐。我就每次跟学生说，哎，你们那个上完课，这个乐高点一点，然后还我。那每次还完，学生都说老师都点齐了，没问题。啊，经过了四五届以后，那都不齐了。这是手势辨识，用 那个 Open CV 加 Stereo，Stereo 是我上课用的，手势教他做一些动作。好，所以有这个东西啊。那这个是那个，就我讲 Stereo 应用，这是那个是一个总经理给我的，他说要买这台车子，他问我这个好不好，我说不知道，我没有开过宾士车子，这是宾士 S 系列的车子，那上面装个 Stereo，这个也是好几年前，这里装一个 Stereo，所以我不知道是真的假的，反正一个总经理说他想买这个来试试，是预创的，就预创那边他想试试。那这个是可以量那个路的平，那如果路不平的话，它这个会那个骨胸，骨胸会自己就是会这样跟着他看到的视觉引到这里来。所以坐在里面的人，他们有个广告，就是放一杯水嘛，在上面，水都不会滴出来，在这里很稳。但是路可能不是很平，包括这个 stereo 去量测这样子啊。所以 stereo 可以看远距离啊，上次跟你们。那我这里让你看一下我们实验室做校正，实际上把这种阿米摄影机360，这个可以做校正哦，实验室的专长。这个校正可以把它摊开，做给我看。我之后必须把这个放在机器人上面，因为现在全世界好像还没有看到机器人放这个。 360度摄影机，一颗而已。但是这是这个经过我们校正以后变成这样子，它们切成四个画面这样子。也做 detection 啊，detection，这是2010年做的。大家先看到这里。啊，对，我要帮你看那个多颗摄影机的。那刚刚讲的 Epipole，why Epipole is important？ So they have this the camera, 20 cameras surround this environment, this view. You can somewhere stop and move from first camera to move to some the other camera, and they have 20 camera. So suppose first camera and move to the other camera and to see, you can see them more clearly. This one. 这个是我老板发明的，现在慢慢的应用。CNU 那边发明的，对，好像是这个吧，我理解是啊，这刚刚那个是这个吧？对，是2001年的时候，Super Bowl 第一摄影机嘛，一排摄影机，在2排，它上总共20颗摄影机。那时候技术还没那么，硬体还没那么好，所以它用这不简单，这是 CNU 做的。那转播一场要 charge 100万美元，替 CNU 赚100万美元。2001年就这技术，这我老板实验室来了三次，号称第一个上 Super Bowl 的教授，发明很多 optical flow 也是他发明的，国家院士算大师。And so stereo can apply in any situation, any condition. We continue this one. So this one. So for the camera, stereo, there are 3 situations to put a camera. The first situation is a 2 camera with some angle， 就是2个摄影机有 ，it's not parallel, it's not angle。2个摄影机 are not parallel to each other, it's some angle， 有点角度这样子，聚焦在一个东西，就是 one kind stereo。Second position is this way, it's one parallel, and the other is 有一点这平的，然后一个斜嘛，这样子。Actually, this is the same as this one. What's the difference? The first one. The difference is the first one, this one, is I want to focus on the front of me. So the first one. The second one is suppose this is a plane, so I want to see the other way. This parallel to me, and this is some angle. 就这2个不一样在哪边？第一个是这2个有角度嘛，那我是2个一起看前面，这2个是一起，这2个有倾斜的，一起看前面这边。第二个是一模一样，但是 我是要看以这一颗平面为主，我是要看这个方向，所以这个是在旁边看这样子。这是第二种状况。So the second situation, this one, we don't use, most of the time we don't use this one. We use this one. And the third time is that we use this one. So most of people use either the first one to set up the stereo camera or use this one. And this is easy because this is two planes are parallel to each other. This is two camera parallel to each other. And this is easy. So why is this is easy? Because you see, this is epipolar line. So all the parallel line will intersect with the infinity point, a point at the infinity. That's called epipole. 这个你会发现这些线都平行线，对啊，这两个平行哈，这些平行线会交叉在很远的一点，那一点就是 epipole，就我们刚刚讲的 epipole， 这个 epipole， 这个 epipole， 在无穷远的地方。So this is easy because if we do this way, you are easy to find the epipolar line because all the lines are parallel. So they don't have any rotation, they just shoot. So if you have parallel to each other, okay, it's easy to find epipolar line because just shift, horizontal shift without rotation. So this is easy, this one. So epipolar line is easy to find. This is easy one. So most you will find most of the camera, even though more than two camera, they put is along a line because it's easy to find epipolar line, easy to find corresponding point. So first situation, they will include the rotation. So this one will include rotation. This one, we don't use this one most of the time. So both situations are the same. This one is the same. And this is easy because of this translation just shift in the vertical direction. So this is easy to find epipolar line. That's 3 times 2. So how can we find corresponding point based on the epipolar constraint? I explain to you here. Try to zoom. That's good. Let's see. 看得清楚吗？So, based on this one, this is a 3D. This capital P is 3D. This is 2D. So this project to the 2D image plane becomes small PL. In the right camera, this is P right. So how can we find PL corresponding to P right? So we use this equation. So based on, so this is 3DP from the left side camera, and A is intrinsic parameters. So 3D project to the 2D become small pl, this 2D image point. The same point, this is the same point in 3D, but this is from the right-hand side camera. In right-hand side camera, we do the calibration, so we have intrinsic parameters. So this project to right-hand side camera becomes small p. If both camera are the same, A will be very similar or almost the same. Okay. So this 3D and 2D and this intrinsic parameters. How about extrinsic parameters? Extrinsic is this is PL, right? In this one, we see PL. And this baseline is T, translation T. So between two 3D, there exists the rotation matrix and translation matrix. 2D to 2D coordinates. The relationship is affine transform, so include 2D rotation, 2D translation. In 3D to 3D, is 3D coordinates, and there exists 3D rotation, 3D translation. So from PL in this camera, we see PL, right? So 3D to 3D, this one, right? 3D. So from this PL, okay, we see the capital P. And this is the other camera here. So we do translation, so T, and do rotation. So both, so we do translation, we do rotation. So both points will align together based on the translation rotation. So this is the equation here. Okay. So there two matrices are important to find the corresponding point. First one we call essential matrix. Essential matrix is the result here. Is the P right, the relationship between two 3D points in two camera. Essential matrix is for the same point, but then you can use two camera to see the same point. The relationship between the 3D points, in two camera P R and P left, and their relationship is we call essential matrix. So what's the essential matrix? They include rotation translation. That's meaning this way. The same. If in 3D, the 3D called in camera left, I see 3D 1 point. And in the right hand side, I see 3D point, the same point. So what's the relationship between this PR and PL? Because P are the same point in 3D. So the relationship we call essential matrix. Essential matrix include rotation translation, the same, rotate and translate. So we'll align together. 3D coordinate, we'll do rotation and translation. Or we can do translation and rotation are the same. And so the relationship between two 3D points, we call this matrix. 这转换式子 is an essential matrix. So what's the essential matrix? We prove it based on this one. So if we have a PL, it's this one. Here. We have PL here. Right? And if PL, this one, mass T, we use vector. 要想成向量啊，向量。PL is this direction. T is this direction. So PL minus T equal to P right. So this term equal to P right, this direction, vector. Inner product is both cross product. This is T, this direction. by this cross product. So this is the normal direction here. So this is the plane, the same plane, and this normal direction. So this inner product with your normal direction, the result will be 0。在同个平面乘上你的 normal direction，那内积就等于0。OK 啊，这是式子 ，you try to prove because this is a cross product. Cross product can transfer to inner product. So this is Jacobian. Cross product format can be calculated by inner product format. So this is inner product format. Okay. And this term PL minus T, this term will be equal to this one. PL minus T will equal to PR times PR. So this term. So you have a P right, you have P left. So between P right and P left will be rotation inner product with Jacobian of T. 这两个是事实上是外积嘛，但是事实上它把它变成内积。So that's meaning between T right and T left there exists the rotation translation. So this E called essential matrix. But you don't know the 3D things. You only can see is what you can see is a 2D image. Actually, 2D points. This one is 3D points, but actually you don't know 3D points because you only have a 2 camera. You can see it's only 2 points in image. So what can we do here? So we continue to transfer this one here from this one. So in the 3D P right equal to this one project to based on the intrinsic parameters. So that's this one. You project to 2D. Or 2D reconstruct to 3D. This 2D reconstruct to the other 3D. So this 3D things become based on the inner intrinsic parameters with the 2D image point. So this is the result. So we got 2D points P right and 2D point P left. So we put right here, left here. So this matrix include rotation translation, include the intrinsic parameters, and this one we call fundamental matrix. So that's meaning, and this equation is meaning any point in 2D. If you know F, you can find the corresponding point P at the left hand side. So this fundamental matrix can give you, so if you can calibrate the fundamental matrix, include intrinsic parameters, include extrinsic parameters, that's meaning in the right hand side, any 2D point, you can reproject to 3D. From 3D capital P project to the other 2D image 3D image coordinate, and then corresponding 2D image coordinate. So from this one, let's say again, from right hand side, you can reproject to 3D. From 3D, based on the rotation translation, and then project to the 2D, so you can find corresponding point in the left hand side. The same, if you know the left hand side 2D points, based on the reconstruction, so if we project rotation translation and then project to right hand side, you will find the corresponding point. So this corresponding point is called fundamental matrix. But in reality, this doesn't work. 就是理论上这是没办法完全这样做，怎么办？所以只能找 epipolar， 就是从右边到左边，或从左边到右边，你没办法那么准确找到对应的点，那怎么办？只能找到对应的 线。那这个对应的线后面这边有推导，那比较难，就这个对应线。这个我就不解释，因为这比较复杂一点。这是演算就是 this one is meaning in the epipolar line right hand side or corresponding to epipolar line left hand side. So it's not easy. In theory, you can find corresponding point, but in theory, in practical, it's not easy. There was some error. So basically, we just try to find corresponding epipolar line. And based on epipolar line, you try to find corresponding point using the matching method. Okay. So how can we find epipolar line? There are many algorithms. But the OpenCV provide you a good algorithm. You just call OpenCV function, you can find corresponding line. 这样子。Okay. So the stereo, most important stereo, I'm done. So rest of them I will talk a little bit. Next week I'll just mention a little bit about other stuff about stereo, and then we'll move to the SIFT. And SIFT is important. It will related to deep learning for good feature. And also something about the image processing. SIFT 很重要一个概念。那它现在有跟叫 feature descriptor， 它现在有跟那个深度学习结合在一起。那我们下次再提那个 good feature。OK， 那我们今天就上到这边。那下个小时我们会要讲作业的题，要出作业哈。OK， 下课一下。